Well, I got asked if I would come help pull a motor. I can't say that's exactly what I was expecting, but we're going to see if we can get it out today. Alright, we've got our work area set up. We've got our patient here. Now, Mark, the owner of this, doesn't exactly like to be on camera, so he's standing over my shoulder and he's going to tell us what's going on here.
Well, it's a 1958 Hough rear steer, HO model. The engine runs good because it was rebuilt a few years ago. The rest of the machine is basically junk. It won't steer right anymore. The hydraulics are toast, so on and so forth. So we're pulling the engine out of it to put it in an Alice 545 articulated loader.
Alright, so there's like 5 dozen, make that 5 levers here. What do they all do, Mark?
This is your forward and backwards.
Okay.
This is your 4-speed transmission, or 3-speed transmission. First gear is gone in this thing.
Okay.
This is bucket lift. That's bucket tilt. That makes the transfer case shift into 2-wheel drive.
Oh, okay, so it does have 2-wheel drive.
Yes.
Cool.
Front-wheel drive.
And Mark says dashboards in this quality are really rare on these machines, so apparently we're pulling that too. Well, first order of business is the retrofit diesel tank needs to come off with its high quality mounting and everything. These have got to come off. This one here looks very pleasant. Hopefully none of that's actually down into the engine. And then this entire hood assembly needs to come off of here. So this one here is stuccoed. And in order to get this exhaust off, there is a clamp wedged right in here somewhere that I can't get you guys in with the camera. But on today's episode of I'm Learning About Diesels, this is apparently an ether injection, which is why it's hollow. And this is an old school glow plug.
No, it is not.
Oh, this is not a glow plug?
No, that is actually a bolt. There is no glow plugs on this. It's only ether injection.
Oh, it's only ether injection. So what is that thing I'm looking at then?
That's a bolt. It's a stud and a bolt. Stud and a knot.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
No.
How come it has AGM markings on it like a spark plug?
Then it must be a glow plug.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
We're all learning today.
Yes. It's 1958 technology. It's 10 years before I was born.
You're old.
Oh. Whoa. Yeah, that's cool.
There we go. Now you guys can see that clamp I was talking about earlier. It's stuffed up in underneath there, just under the sheet metal. So Mark's working on that with a couple of wrenches. And I'm finishing up the last of removing this dingus. Alright, Diesel Learning Experience 101. So that's your intake. That comes down through. And there's supposed to be a little bowl here. That bowl is supposed to be filled with oil, but it's not. But this motor was running, so we got really lucky. So it comes down through, goes through the oil, caca collects down in the base of this, then up through the outside, and goes through the grating that's right in here. There we go. Diesel Learning 101 today. Oh, there we go. The dashboard actually dropped out with just 3 bolts. I was rather surprised. It's got all kinds of old analog gauges and everything. They're getting pulled out for another unit. And this was interesting. This is a 12-volt system, but it has 2 battery trays because it had 2 gargantuan 6-volt batteries in it when it was built. So it'll run off a singular 12-volt now. But just interesting that that's how they did it back on the old setup. Exhaust is being totally hateful. It's rust welded hardcore. We got the air intakes off. Mark wanted to pass along a little tidbit that if you're ever dealing with these older ones like this, that you can wash them out with pure kerosene and then dry them and reuse them. So it doesn't matter how gunky this is, it's reusable. Ta-da! Well, boys, we got our hood off. Now we gotta get this like 300-pound radiator out of here. And then maybe we can get this up and out. Well, unfortunately, we figured out that we need to get this off in order to be able to get to that, and it is solid cast iron, so that's going to be heavy to move. But I wanted to point this out. Somebody's got some hardcore weld skills. See that? That entire thing has been welded all the way around. Can you imagine having to do that job? That's pretty cool. I love when you find machines where somebody owned it under the premise of you're not allowed to die. Go for it. Yeah, that was heavy.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Well, that's not good. Something didn't do so well. Wonder what's up with this. Going to bet that there's a story to go with this one. What do you guys think? Extra ventilation. Turbo looks like it's still there, at least. We're doing pretty good. Except for we got this one 15/16 nut underneath there that just will not let go. So we got the choice. Either we can try to run a ratchet strap under there to the frame and see if we can break it with the ratchet strap on the inside. But what we're going to see is if from this direction, if we can get a socket onto it and then be able to pull this way against the frame with a ratchet, which would be a lot better. We'll see. There we go. We ran out of chain fall just before it hit the bottom, so we had to go and lift it in order to get it off a little bit. But just to give you guys perspective, I mean, I've got a pretty decent sized hand. That thing is huge. Like, it's thicker than my hand entirely. Now we gotta go and see if we can get that divorced from the transmission, undo some motor mounts, and hopefully get it out of there. Alright, so we got a giant clamp around the end of the engine block. There's the harmonic balancer there sticking out. And over here on the other end, just behind the starter, we have this one here that we got to do, and one on the other side. Hi, Mark. Explain to me what this dingus is again?
It's a voltage regulator for a generator.
Okay, so originally this would have had a generator up here, and then they replaced it with a GM1 wire?
Yes.
Okay, so this has been converted over to a GM1 wire?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. Cool little conversion. So this is just here because they were lazy and didn't feel like pulling the panel out at this point.
Come on, get it on the bolt correctly, stupid.
Now, are you heating the bolt side or the nut side?
Bolt side.
Bolt side.
Because, remember, it's threaded.
Oh yeah, that's right. So it's threaded into the knuckle, and then the nut is a lock nut.
Right.
I remember now. See, folks, this is what you get when a small engine mechanic ends up trying to help with a diesel, is a bunch of dumb questions. That inductor is wicked cool. That was an eBay special, right?
Mm.
Like $100?
175.
175. Worth it?
In my opinion.
Okay.
Got all the seatbelt and seat bolts out of that Super Duty.
Oh, that's true. I remember the Super Duty rusted bolts. Okay, get the old double wrench.
No, still turning hard. It didn't help. It is moving, but a little teeny bit easier.
Yeah, there we go. Put that gorilla strength to use. You ever feel a little gypped on your purchase? That's how it was when I opened it. I wonder if the other side actually has cookie on it. Yeah, it does. Oh well, I worked hard. I deserve ice cream. Alright, I'm not going to move the camera, but basically what happened is the coupler on that side had just enough threading still left in it that it wouldn't let loose. We should be clear now. Should. Give it 2 more good pulls. Good. At this point, the engine is floating. We've got a good solid 2 or 3 inches underneath. The slope here is downhill, so it should clear fine. The big issue right now is that we need to get these cylinders out of here, and the lower cylinder that comes from down in here and goes up is refusing to go. So we're rearranging jacks. It's just going to be a boring fight, but we got to get this to the point we can rip these off with the skid steer. Engineers were out to get us even back in the 50s. So right now I'm trying to drive this pin through, and I got it to the point that it was almost there. And in order to be able to do this, you have to put this whole assembly into what's called float mode. So if we come around here, the pin just plain would not move. So we come up here and we take this lever we had to put in float mode in order to jack it up, in order to remove stuff, and it's in the way of the pin. There. Now it's out of the float mode that we had to put it in to get to this point. I truly have to wonder how many OSHA violations we can find in one section of video clip. So right now, we've got chain binder to the back of that, ratchet strap holding this as a double safety, primary chain down to there. Make sure you use the most rotten piece of wood you can find, a 4x4, over the hood, through the steering wheel using a chain, down to a seat platform made out of, I kid you not, 3/8 inch thick steel. Am I the only one that's reminded of an outhouse in this video clip right here?
If you put the hooks to that valve stem hole right there and pull the bottom. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're going to do it your way.
How goes rim fishing?
Good.
Can you get the other one? We're doing this so nobody has to go anywhere near underneath that bucket.
Now where is the stem hole?
You moved it. It's right there on the side.
You trying to hook the valve stem hole?
I'm not trying to. You did.
There you go. Good job. Give it a pull. Yeah, that's using your noodle. Okay, good?
I can't stop.
Good.
Now I can't stop. You got no brakes.
You had no brakes.
Oh, I said right through it. Because I looked what happened. Oh, okay. Brakes were optional in it.
Brakes are off.
Even when it had brakes, though, the brakes were flat.
Okay, Internet, place your bets. Can an ancient old ratchet strap move it?
How's the engine doing?
Hey, check the engine. Slow and steady. That caused all the problem right there. Hi. Including this little tidbit here. See, obviously right now with no engine in it, it's got no steering. So what Mark has done is lock in either direction where this rear steering knuckle is. So now if we release this side and tighten that side, it's going to steer this way. And if you release that side and tighten this side, it's going to steer the other way. So now we got to fix that because it bound off a little kitty wampus to where we're aiming for. Just to make all the hippies happy, we're recycling. So this is a pallet that they ship mini bikes on. And we're going to drop that down on there so that we don't smash it into the mud. Recycling. You can do it. Come on, you've got a Batman shirt on. You should be able to take on Superman. At least that's what the movie says. Come on, do it. You're giving everybody watching this a backache just watching you. There, good job. Good job. So folks, this is mechanical advantage. We got the binder going across there to the tie rod connection over there. Currently John at 85 pounds is moving this. I don't know, Mark, what do you think that thing weighs?
The machine, about 25,000.
Yeah.
He's moving the steer tire.
So how much does the tire weigh?
Oh, the tire is a good, 500.
About 500 pounds. Yep, so we got an 85-pound kid moving a 500-pound tire.
Actually,
Well,
70 pounds.
Oh, you're 70 pounds. Oh, you just want to make it sound better, don't you?
2 tires.
Oh, moving 2 tires, actually. Yeah, so 70 pounds managing to move 1,000.
Plus this.
Yeah, yeah, see? You're doing wicked good.
So that's like another 500.
Oh, okay. I feel tired watching you. Well, everyone, there we go. Make sure you thank Mark for letting us come over and film and pester him and help him with this project. I know it's a little bit different than what we usually do, but if you like this video and you liked helping Mark out, feel free to comment down below that we need more stuff like this. So everybody have fun. We'll see you on the next project.